And good morning. Welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Tom, Zach, and Terry. Tried to change the names up a little bit this morning, although it kind of didn't really work for me. But to be honest, we're here for another fun-filled day of sports where they talk about it, and I sit in here and try to make Mario jump over a wall.
You don't have to tell us that. But
Well,
I do
hey,
have-
it's true.
I-
When you're playing Mario 64 on the Nintendo DS, it's kind of an interesting game. I will say that much.
Okay. And I just want to say that Shelby Heating and Air is bringing you all of JP's comments and the rest of our show today. Shelby Heating and Air, give them a call. 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com, for all your heating and air needs. If you need some duct work, you need a new system, you need a system upgrade, you need a system maintenance, whatever you need, they can take care of it. Give them a call, 704-487-7877, shelbyheating.com. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Kevin.
Well, good morning, everybody. Got a big day. Happy Saturday. Hope it's a beautiful day for everybody. JP, Tom and Terry, what's probably sad about JP sitting there talking about his Mario thing? I bet he'd probably get more viewers on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock talking about Mario than we do.
That's not hard to do.
I'm just saying, in his defense.
Yeah, I know. Like people
Probably.
like to watch other people play video games.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I
It's
invented
funny
that.
you said that.
I invented that.
'Cause
Didn't get no money for it,
We
by
had
the way.
we had the kids at church on Wednesday night.
Is
You
that
know, me
what
and
they
you.
wanted to do?
Well, no, me and you was just talking about Austin and how the kids would rather play Pokemon and watch gamers than play sports. And my son-in-law's 25, and they come home and he said, "Man, I really liked Austin." He said he knew everything about Star Wars and Pokemon. That's my son-in-law was 25.
Well, what'd you ask me the other day? Was looking at the cards. We said he wouldn't know who we were talking about.
Yeah, and you was telling
Barry
he was-
Bonds or something. Like
you was
that.
talking about him playing the game and stuff like that.
Yeah, wouldn't have a clue.
But yeah,
Wouldn't have
and
a clue.
then my son comes in with one of the gamer shirts on. You know, he's
Mhm.
got one of his licensed shirts or whatever. And Austin's like, he's got my favorite YouTuber's shirt on.
Well,
So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, you would have liked in one of the speeches I gave to my kids one day, Terry. Had a little bit to do about that. As you know, we struggled to catch the baseball sometimes. So during practice, I called them over behind the dugout because I wanted them nowhere near their parents what I was about to say to them. And I told them how bad and embarrassing they were, and they were all these coaches out here working hard with them so they at least try to catch the ball. Blah blah. Well, I said, let me ask you boys something. I said, how many of y'all know who Andrew Jones is? And one of them raised his hand. How many of you know who Chipper Jones is? Two of them raised their hand. Well, obviously one of them. So one of them's a little Braves fan over here, right? I said, how many of you know who Pikachu is? And they all raised their hand. And I said, that's why you ain't caught the baseball today. Y'all need to quit watching Pokemons and chasing whatever y'all were doing on the internet all day and try to catch a baseball with somebody. And they all looked at me and like one or two of them cried because I told them they couldn't watch Pokemon anymore, Terry.
Oh, well, they thought you were serious.
I told them, I said, you can't go home and watch Pokemon no more baseball. You know, just laid it on them.
I hate
But
our
I told them, I
coach.
said, that's the reason why y'all ain't caught the baseball. You know who Pikachu is, but you can't tell me who Andrew Jones is or Barry Bonds or any of these other people. But anyway, a little fun with those guys. That was my motivational speech with them. I'd had enough of that one. A little bit of this, a little bit of that this morning. American Legion Baseball today. Cherryville and the Gaston Braves will resume their series tonight in Cherryville, live tonight. WCSL 1590 AM, 92.9 FM. Cherryville down 2-0 to the Gaston Braves after the Braves won last night 3-2. Cherryville's up 1-0 heading to the bottom of the sixth. The Braves hit 2 home runs, a 1-run and a 2-run. To take the 3-1 lead, Cherryville scored 1 in the bottom of the or top 7th to in that end of the game there at 3-2, and Cherryville down 2-0. The other series, Queen City and Rutherford County, was rained out in the middle of the game last night. They're going to pick that game up today at 5 o'clock in Charlotte. So if you're interested in that, you can go to Charlotte and listen to that. Other than that, there's your American Legion updates. Of course, the winners of those series will face each other, but they both automatically qualify for the state tournament. So this is why this is a 7-game series. The next one will only be a 3 for some of you
So
out
if
there.
Cherryville gets beat, are they eliminated?
Well, yes. That's a weird question to ask.
I just thought you said that they both qualify.
But if
it
you
confused
win
me.
this series
Then you're
and
qualified.
you make the Area 4 championship, you qualify for the state tournament.
I was thinking you was talking about that.
You
that-
play for seeding is what you're doing in the state tournament, and so play a little too. We think it'll be a 3-game series. We don't know. That's the rumor has it for that.
What's your final in game 1?
4-0.
4-0.
on the Cherryville game or the East Rutherford or the Rutherford
Cherryville.
County.
I don't know the Rutherford County ones right now. I was trying to pull them up on my little list there. Okay. Anyway, let's see. I lost my little thing there. Yeah, 4-0 Terry. They've scored 2 runs in 2 games. So obviously good pitching from the Braves. It's 1-0
Well, it's
going to
good
the bottom
pitching
of
for
6th.
both
That's
of them,
ain't
really.
right.
I
Yeah.
mean, because
Webb-
7-2 in 2 games. That's
I mean, Tom, in an American Legion game, you give up 4. You think you got a pretty good chance to win. Webb gave up 4 in the first game, and that's too many for him. If you'd have told me that Webb gave up 4, I would have been surprised. So obviously, there's some good pitching in this series so far. You've seen some of these teams. You've seen the Braves out and about, Tom. Any thoughts on the series and where we're going from here? Queen City as well, and Rutherford County.
I think the Braves swing the bat pretty well. Their arms are not dominating, but they throw strikes. And, if you throw strikes, you're going to be in the ball game. And I think Coach Paysauer over there in Gaston does a great job. I think he's got a great demeanor, and I think he's got a great attitude, and that's reflected in his kids. I'm glad to see him successful over there. If they can keep, and they've done this, Kevin, we were talking about without a lot of the South Point kids. They just decided they elected not to play. And I know that he's got a lot of the East Gaston kids out there, a couple from Stuart Kramer. He got a kid from East Lincoln, the first baseman, came from East Lincoln because, when Lincoln County folded, that was the closest.
I did hear that last night, and I didn't know if he was playing for Cherryville or Gaston.
No, it's the Hauser kid who plays first base.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good stick. He does a good job. So I think they're pretty solid, and I think they play pretty good fundamental baseball, and I think they're well coached. So I think they've got a chance in this series. I'd say Cherryville probably has more talent, Kevin. I'd say they have more talent, but that doesn't always win. If you play good, disciplined, and don't make errors, I think that's what it's got to be. You got to pitch well and not make errors. And I think Gaston's got a shot. But of course, Cherryville's got a lot of good talent, and they're a long way from being out of this series. You can't count out Cherryville in this series, but I think it's interesting. Gaston up 2-0, chance to go up 3-0 tonight. So
that's a big
see.
game tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you go up 3-0. I mean, the chance on you getting beat 4 straight is. I mean, that's going to be hard to do.
Tough win 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
The good thing about as far as Cherryville is that it's not that far of a drive for these two. So like winning 4 out of 5 and driving 2 hours for each one of these, might be a lot tougher. But good thing is it's a good driving distance. So you're not going to wear any kids out driving to the game and things
it's more
like
of a subway series like the Mets and the Yankees. Of course, that's been 22 years
Tar
ago
Heels,
now.
Duke or something.
Yeah.
So coming up, of course, this fall after this, we'll have the American Legion World Series, I think the 11th to the 16th on KTC Broadcasting, ktcbroadcasting.com. I think the game started on that Thursday. We'll have 4 and then 2 on the Friday. Now, that Friday is also Jamboree Friday. You know where that's at this year, Tom, by chance?
If you hadn't asked me, I could tell you, but I will look it up, and we will have that information shortly.
So also, so regular season begins the 19th, 11-week regular season this year. So looking across the first, we may have, so we're going to have games here in Cleveland County, Cherryville, Burns on YouTube, Rutherford County, Lincoln County. Games everywhere. One thing I do want to talk about real quick and kind of just mention is Red Zone Radio, folks. Tune into that. Myself and a guest each week will have live scoring highlights during the game. We sit here and jump back and forth between all the games. We've got reporters at all these local games getting us touchdowns, getting us scores, getting us big plays, and we'll go through it. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to broadcast. I'm sure it's nice to watch. That's live on YouTube, so you can switch back between. If you're on, you can go on YouTube and watch the Red Zone channel, and then watch Burns, Tom. So now that we've got you guys on video, you can kind of do it yourself, like most people do on Sundays. They'll watch their their Panthers or their Browns or their Cowboys there, and then when they go to commercial, hey, let me go over to the red zone, see what's going on, then come over and switch to us and check on the other scores. So this fall you'll be able to watch Burns and then switch over to the red zone channel and check me out, check the scoring out on that. And we'll also have the highlights in the postgame show as well, and some here on Saturday morning as we put all that together. But that's going to be fun. Pre-games begins at 5:30. Stadium, we'll go out to the stadiums about 7. Red Zone channel starts up 7:30 till the end of the games, and then post-game show after that up until about 11:45 every night. So a little excited about that. Only one schedule change maybe on our Waggy schedule so far. After they talked a little bit about up there with the other station, it looks like the 16th we may do Jefferson at Bessemer City to get them on the schedule. He put Burns on here, Tom, but he didn't know y'all was doing videos, so that's not going to happen for that one. You'll be doing it, but he won't. Paul won't be doing that one. I did want to refresh our little bit of memories from last season, Terry. Here's our power poll. Remember, at the end of the year, it always finishes up like we say, the cream rises to the top.
I guess. Let me guess. Shelby probably was up there. Yeah, I figured it would be.
But remember, every year we have 3 or 4 weeks of complaining from them that they're not number one because of the schedules that they play, and it doesn't work out. But at the end of the season, you keep winning, it'll work out. In our area last year, Shelby was number 1, the only team to win the state championship. Statesville finished number 2 with 36 power points. 12-1 on the season. South Point 3 with 28 power points. Maiden and Kings Mountain tied with 26 power points. Maiden going 13-1. Kings Mountain 10-3. Crest was number 6 with 25 power points, 10-3 overall. Hendersonville number 7 with 20 power points, 10-2 overall. Terry, remember the surprise of the season from the Bunker Hill Bears?
Yeah.
They ended up 8th in the power poll, 10-2 overall, 19 power points ahead of the number 9 East Lincoln Mustangs and 10 Chase Trojans with that fantastic running back up there. For them, North Lincoln 11, Hickory 12, Varsity 13, West Lincoln 14, and the Bulldogs ended up 15th, Terry. So there you go. Got something to talk about there, 14th and 15th.
West Lincoln should have been higher. We should have been about, I don't know, 5th or 6th.
5th or 6th is probably
Yeah.
right. Mount Island 16, Polk County 17, East Gas 18, Kramer 19, and North Iredale 20 rounded up the power poll for last year. So getting excited about that. Tom's will have some Burns Bulldogs broadcasting.
And just want to say that the Kings Mountain, the Mountaineers are hosting the Jamboree Friday, August 12th.
So we will not have coverage of that game.
Yeah, Burns is playing Cox Mill, and I'll have to get the rest to see who's playing in the Jamboree. But I know it's Burns and Cox Mill out of Concord. That'd be a pretty good game.
Well, listen to American Legion Baseball that night on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Yeah, you can listen to that instead.
Is what we'll need to be doing. All right, folks, when we come back, we've got all kinds of fun things to talk about. We've got Zach's new quarterback. We've got Browns and Cowboy stuff, NBA, NFL, the Open. Got to talk about that. I got some fun.
Everybody's turned it off now.
Turned it off now, and nothing else to watch. John Daly's not in it no more, and we're going to talk about that here and more on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Keep cool this summer with one phone call to Shelby Heating and Air, your family-owned and operated heating and air company. And right now, ask for the exclusive Shelby Heating and Air Summer Special with discounts of up to $750.